friends. My name is Emmy. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and we've been walking this wonderful January path together, getting through the dark and the whatever happens in January. And I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you've been recommending me to your friends. That is just a gift. I appreciate that very much. Today we're on day 30. The pattern is Lampion, and this is by Nina Dreher Godderz, and she's done several patterns here. She's a lovely artist and has a site of her own with her own website and wonderful patterns that she's created. So let's get started. I have one circle left, or orb, whatever you'd like to call it, left on my chart. So I'm going to put this here when we finish with our practice today. It's a pretty good sized piece, so just have that in mind. But to practice to begin with, I'm going to do this on these two. I'm going to just do these fun little buggers here. Okay, to begin with, I'm going to put an orb in the middle. As always, there are some variations with these fun patterns. And one of them is to start, or one of the patterns is to start with a C, and then a backward C in order to create this kind of a seed bit. Okay, and then I'm going to come out the other side and do the very same thing. Create a C and then a backward C to create the pod. And then I'm going to go round and aura this. So I'm going to aura it like this. I'm going to start here. Get to that spot. I have to lift my pen to make sense out of these kinds of things, so I'm taking my time. Of course I do that, and I know you do too, anytime we have something new. Let's do this again. I'm going to start here and aura the other direction. Aura and around. And then I want to do this again. Aura, around and back tight, and completing the other side now. So the creator, Nina, has suggested that we might like to put these little lines in each corner, which kind of make a coffered look by doing that. And the rest of the lines are just going to be lines that are going to radiate bigger and bigger in your own comfort zone if you want to work on the side or turn your work, whatever works for you, of course. But I am going to do this little lift my pen periodically in order to create, and I'm going to do it at different areas. This is, in Zentangle speak, this is sparkle. And it just gives our pattern just a lovely little extra look. How fun is this so far? Let's do the other side, okay? Get comfortable. Make sure your hand is nice and loose. I'm talking to myself here. Come round, lift your pen wherever you want, and back in. Do it again. Nobody's going to count how many you have on one side versus the other, so let that be the least of your worries. And there's something about my work, I always want to put my sparkle at the same spot, but it's a lot more fun if you alternate. So let's do another version of this here. Start with that orb in the middle again. And then I'm going to do a bit of a frown or a half C on each side. And then I'm going to come up here with the same seed pod. So the backward C, and the backward C. Same thing down here. Backward C. You're actually creating what you did here. It's just going to look a little different because we're creating it a little different. So that makes it fun, doesn't it? Okay, so this time I'm going to come around here like this with an aura pattern. Lift my pen each time. It just makes it easier, right? So it just makes more sense to me. I hope it does to you as well, or at least you're willing to follow along with me. And I do appreciate and thank you very much for that. Let's do the coffered look again. No, we can't yet. We got to do one more of these in order to create the coffered look. Out, because we made this different and it slipped my mind for a minute. And here's the flip side. Now we can do the coffer here and here and here and here. Another thing that would be fun is if you did lines in here, just like this. Or another thing would be you could darken in here. So you could totally darken in there. That is cool too, right? I put a line in the middle and then lines on each side again. And then maybe I'll just darken or thicken the outside band. That has a different look, doesn't it? I like the way it looks. Very nice. Okay, then now that we're done with that, let's do the same thing we did up here. That one ended up to be even tighter than I anticipated. Not that it's a problem, just do these radiating lines to fill your circle or orb shape. And let's do the other side. Since I had this one so tight, I probably should make an effort to have this one so tight. That was serendipity, but serendipity is definitely my friend. Thinking of you, Renew. And bring it along. Lift your pen at different spots. And let's take a minute and do a little bit of shading on here. So I would suggest on this one, I'm going to shade on the inside of this orb here. I use my Zentangle pencil because some people say it's a 2B, but I have found it a little tiny bit softer than the pencil that you might have in school. You see what I'm doing? I'm darkening behind this here. And that'll make that really pop off the page. Let's go ahead and get our blender stump. Shade. And shade. Push that around. Leave a little light source in the middle. Isn't that cool? I would also suggest, this is pretty dinky, but I would put a little bit of graphite in the middle here. And then try very hard to spread that with leaving a little light in there. See, it's kind of like a mini pearl if you're careful. You leave a little light there. And so let's try this one too. This time, instead of darkening on the inside, which does give it the illusion of being round, I'm going to darken on the outside and let you see the difference. So I want to come very tight to this circle or orb shape. And then I'll come around here all the way around. You know I'm using my pencil very much on the side like a writing, not like a writing tool, like a shading tool this time. It is graphite to me when I do this way. And this is such a blend-in thing that I really want to get some shading here. Always that, so this is on the outside of the aura lines. And then I think I'm going to do a little shading in here too. Now you could have done that with your pen and just done some whisker type flicks. Let's see how these two change up now. So grab your blender stump if you haven't already. Do some smudging, pushing it around. This time, remember, this is on the outside only. Soften it up, push it around the circle. Sure is pretty. Okay, so I'm blending in here as well, but I want to leave the middle to have a little light source. I already did here, I think. Yep. Let's look at that a minute. Do you see how they're different by virtue of going on the outside versus the inside? This no longer has the look of being rounded. Now this looks like the whole thing is lifted up. So two entirely different processes, or you could do the inside like this and the outside edge, like really with a deep, dark pen or pencil mark like this. Let's just do it. If you put a really deep line around here, I'm really pushing very hard, trying to get a ton of graphite out of here. Come along the other side. I have to turn my work so that I can do my best job for you, because I don't want that little white line of the paper. I hope this makes sense to you. Okay, now. I want to push that away this time. Circular motion, push it away until it becomes part of the paper. Let's do this again over here on this side, turning my work. I still, as you can see, I hope when you're pulling this graphite away, I still do have a dark line there, close to the orb shape. Push it around so that you can't see the fact that you've been working in circles. I'm laughing because working in circles doesn't really sound very good. But how fun is that? Do you see the difference? Oh my, isn't that special? Just beautiful. Let me see if I can do something about this. I love the sunshine, but it makes a big difference in our work. Okay, time to work on the orb shape. The first thing I want to do with my day 30 Lampion pattern is come around in here and make this a little bit smaller. So all I'm doing is tracing around. I'm not worried how these are going to look because I'm going to be filling them up, remember? I just want a tiny bit of space between the outside edge, and then I will go ahead and do this in a minute on my own time. Okay, so you have two wonderful examples, in my opinion, of choices you could do. And so what I'm going to do is just start with my orb in the middle, close to the middle as I can. And then I like this one. I'm going to come here and on the bottom with a frown and a smile. And then I'm going to make the seed that starts at that end and goes to the top. And then I'm going to come back and do the other side. Kind of looks like a happy elf right now, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm starting here. C shape to the bottom and C shape to the bottom. I still have the option of doing something a little different. This is going to have quite a bit more size to it. Okay, so now I'm going to do my aura. Aura. I didn't have to lift my pen that time, but you know what I was trying to do, right? Let's do the other aura, other direction. So far, really good. Let's do one more row of aura. We'll be having a session that I will do as an add-on tomorrow, where I will do all of my shading on these patterns as much as we can do and care to do. Okay, let's do some coffering here. And all that means is we're connecting those two auras together. It makes them look all different, don't you think? Okay, so now I'm going to put my circles, or my half circles, and then I'm going to lift my pen periodically. You've been here before with me. Beautiful. Let's do it again. Feel free to turn your work if you need to. And if you should notice that maybe these are getting too far apart, just allow yourself to fill in an extra one where you need to. I think that's really cool. Okay, as you know, I'm not going to shade this yet. We will do that together in a special episode that I will have soon for you. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you tomorrow for day 31. Oh my, didn't this go fast?